Okay, hey now, I am on, guys, with a little bit of real lighting that I have outside, natural lighting. Excuse me, my hair is a mess. God. Okay. I need like a makeup artist, right? Oh my God, I look so shitty. All right, guys, let's get to it. Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 11, 9 Lives has the Black Cat. I kept saying 9 Lives is the Black Cat or some stupid title that was not like this. But yes, 9 Lives has the Black Cat as opposed to the Black Cat has 9 lives. That's the pun. By the way, I have my contacts in, so now I won't be Mr. Magoo here. I can actually read the information. Actually, it's very dark, so I can't see. But you guys can see me. All right, so The Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 11, The 9 Lives has the Black Cat, covers 1978 to 1980, written by Marv Wolfman, and pencils predominantly, I should say, by Keith Pollard and John Byrne. There's also some stuff by Sal Buscema. Sal Buscema does the pencils. Sal Buscema, Al Milgrom. I'm going to cheat a little here. We've got Keith Pollard, John Byrne, Rich Buckler, Sal Buscema, Jim Starlin, and Al Milgrom, and writing by predominantly Marv Wolfman, with Bill Mantlo, Roger Stern, David Michelinie, and who's that? Jim Starlin. Okay. Yeah, I was in the gutter there. I couldn't see who it was. Like Jim Starlin. So yes, and this covers 186 to 206 of Amazing Spider-Man, plus the annual Amazing Spider-Man annual number 13 and the Spectacular Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man annual number 1. Both of which those annuals were in 1979. It's a 2-part Dr. Octopus story, which I actually enjoyed. It actually was like a more humanized story of Dr. Octopus, with his tentacle. I won't spoil it. I'm going to try not to spoil it too much for you guys. What the hell's this? Okay, whatever. Anyway, I look horrible. God, guys, hold on. Give me a second while I do my hair. There we go. Okay. Anyway, but a lot of things abound here. I mean, Spider-Man, what do you call it? Takes on like Mysterio. He takes on Kingpin. The Dazzler appears. The Dazzler coming off her debut with the Uncanny X-Men. She's now helping Spider-Man take on the Light Master. Or actually, she gets possessed by the Light Master and then fights Spidey, and Spidey has to save her from the Light Master. The Punisher, there's a two-part story, 201 and 202, where Spider-Man teams up with the Punisher. Of course, the anniversary issue, I'm going backwards now, because Dazzler was 203. Now we're going back to 201, 202 with Punisher. We got the anniversary issue 200, which has Peter coming face to face with the thug, the asshole who killed Uncle Ben. And he tries to do the same to Aunt May because douchebag thinks there's a treasure underneath the Parker household from a gangster. It was actually a pretty interesting story. I gotta give my highest recommendation to issue 192 of Amazing Spider-Man and 200. The whole storyline, I'd say straight through, because it involved Mysterio as Dr. not Quentin Beck, but Ludwig Reinhardt. Like Aunt May is placed in a retirement home or a nursing home for old people called Restwell, and because Peter can't afford to keep her in the hospital, so they got to move her old saggy ass to a rest home in Westchester County. And it was Westchester County or Long Island, I forgot, but it was somewhere in New York, away from the city. And the thug who killed Uncle Ben is plotting something with Dr. Reinhardt, who is Mysterio. And this is like from like 190, yeah. They're in the background in like 190, like 192, 3, 4. They're not really front and center. It's not until like 196 or 197 that it really takes fruition. Because Mysterio comes to the forefront in 198, 199, and then the thug in 200. But it all comes to a head. It's like a real soap opera, like Days of Our Lives, like something like an episodic drama that you just can't, like, oh my God. And I bring up 192 and 200 as honorable, and not even honorable mentions, like gold star storytelling. by Marv Wolfman, because it felt like a chase, like a chasing, like you're watching an action movie, like a real action movie, guys. Not just like, oh, it's Spider-Man, like a cartoon, like the animated series, or like like I mentioned, like a soap opera. It's like you're now watching a high speed chase movie. And what I mean is, in 192, Spider-Man, who was it? Who was it that connected them? Well, Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson are bound to shackles. Oh, who was it? Hold on. They're bound to a bomb that's also a shackle, and they had 24 hours before it blows up. Was it Kingpin? No, Kingpin had, oh my God, and Kingpin had like, so 196, 197 was a Kingpin two-parter, and Kingpin was really, it was kind of stupid. Not even kind of, it was very stupid, because Kingpin had 24 hours to kill Spider-Man, or to do away with his enemies, Spider-Man, for example. Otherwise, his wife, Vanessa, would leave him. We're talking about the Kingpin. So the Kingpin managed to get 24 hours to kill Spider-Man, and then he'll turn his life around and move away from crime. Yeah, right. Right? No, that doesn't work. But the 24 hours are up, and he doesn't kill Spidey. Vanessa walks in and is like, hey, time's up. You promised. Let's go. And Kingpin's like, okay, I'm your slave. I gotta quote it, guys, because it is so dark now. I can't even see. I would tell you guys, read it. Hold on. Let me turn on the light. Okay, hold on. All right, guys. So much for natural lighting. All right, here I am. Actually, I don't look so pale and gross anymore. Awesome issue, guys. Number 200, which is the cover. Cool. I don't know, like Kingpin said to Vanessa, I'm your slave. Whatever you say, darling. I like this cover for some reason. 199 with Mysterio. It's a really, really good two-parter. Sal Buscema did the two-part 198, 199 there. Love Sal Buscema and John Buscema. Right here. So this is the end of 197. It's this panel right here. And he's like, wait, what? I cannot now. Oh yeah, I cannot now or ever live without you at my side. My dear, my loving Vanessa, I am now and forever your slave. That's like, what? And he makes out with her. And then he lets Spider-Man live. Why couldn't she just say, hey, you do have Spider-Man at your mercy. Why don't you just kill him and then turn over a new leaf, you know? Or why couldn't he tell her, hey, just wait 1 second. I got Spider-Man on his knees. No, it's like, no, 24 hours. Let's go. And it's like, huh? So Spider-Man lives by a stroke of luck, you know, at the stroke of midnight, by the way. At one point, Peter believes Aunt May has died, and he's grieving. He sees Aunt May everywhere. It's really cruel. And this is, of course, by Mysterio. Mysterio fooled Peter into thinking he died. Everybody believed it. Anna Mae Watson, Mary Jane's aunt, believes it. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, Peter's slowly going insane. J. Jonah Jameson's slowly going insane. So, 186. Yeah, there's he fights Electro at one point. I think it's 187. There's some little quick issues here and there. One part stories. 186 has Peter. It was funny. This is the one where like he starts dropping mainstream puns. Like when Superman fought Muhammad Ali, someone comes up to him and says, "Hey, how about Leon Spinks versus Spider-Man?" Leon Spinks, for those of you who don't know, was a middleweight champion, whereas Ali was heavyweight champion. Leon Spinks was middleweight. And they offer there's a lot of jabs towards DC Comics, Superman, the Incredible Hulk TV show at the time. I think even also the Spider-Man TV show. He makes fun of you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, which is a pun on what Bill Bixby says in the Hulk TV show. And it's very early on in the first issue, 186. I mean, it's such a great opener. He fights the Chameleon in a lame ass 70s costume. Hated the costume. But he fights the Chameleon. John Jameson becomes the Man-Wolf again, and then he recovers. He becomes human, and then he falls off the bridge. But he disappears in a flash of light. And of course, Jameson thinks Spider-Man killed him, like he let him go, like what happened to Gwen. So Peter has guilt all over, and slowly Jameson's going mad, like he's going crazy, and eventually he has a breakdown. a nervous breakdown, and he gets fired from his publisher job at the Bugle. Peter quits the Bugle and joins the Daily Globe with this guy, Barney Bushkin, who's like almost in love with Peter, like the opposite of Jameson. And there's like a whole new cast. Mary Jane is now gone. Her last appearance is in issue 201, but she doesn't say goodbye. She just has a meeting with Peter, and there's this new chick called April May. Oh my God. And here's where Spectacular Spider-Man but it does bleed into Amazing Spider-Man. A lot of the characters found mostly in Spectacular Spider-Man appear on Amazing Spider-Man. So we see Marcy Kane, whoever the fuck that is, April May. There's some dude named Steve. What was it? In the hold on, let me actually get the I definitely read this, guys. I definitely recommend you guys reading all this. Okay, 334. I mean, they make a point to say, that there's a whole new cast of characters here. Harry and Liz and Flash are still here. Shashan is Flash's girlfriend. Yeah. Oh, they're in the annual annual 13. There's this whole showing of the Daily Bugle, the Daily Globe, ESU, Peter's apartment. It's really cool. But yeah, there's like a whole new cast here. There's Dr. Morris Sloan. Who's this? Dr. Steve. What? Dr. Steve Hopkins? Yeah. God, it's so small. Dr. Steve Hopkins. There's all these people from Spectacular Spider-Man now bleeding over into Amazing Spider-Man, which I don't like because it's like, who the fuck are these assholes? And yeah, the whole Dr. Octopus two-parter within the annuals. A lot of good stuff happens in here. Yeah, with the Dazzler with her disco outfit. Boy, that's that story. That's a weird story about how the Dazzler was created. For those of you who don't know, Casablanca Records, Neil Bogart, who ran Casablanca Records, which was primarily disco, like a disco label, but it also did pop. Disco was pop in the 70s. Long story short, I forget if it was Marvel went to Bogart or Bogart went to Marvel, but they wanted to make, they wanted to sign a music artist to Casablanca Records and call it the Dazzler, and Marvel would adapt her exploits like an actual music artist in the Marvel universe. It's some weird synergistic way to bring people, music fans, into comic books and comic books into music. I don't know. It was just really stupid. Look it up. Look it up. Google it. It's a really weird story. I think Casablanca bailed on the idea, and Marvel's like, well, if we have this character, we might as well make her a mutant with the X-Men and all these people. That's why she was like all over the place with Spider-Man and X-Men and fighting Enchantress, and then she had her own series. It's a big mess. Oh, and the Black Cat is introduced. Felicia Hardy. This is 204. This is actually when she comes back. She fakes her death. She her first appearance is in 194. She has a two-part story, 194, 195. She fakes her death in 195 and then comes back in 204, 205 in another two-parter. And Peter's like in love with her, and she's like just a psycho. She's trying to bust her father out of jail in 194, 195. She does so. He's dying of something, I guess cancer. She busts him out of jail, but he dies. Then Spider-Man goes after her. She fakes her death, and that's it for her. Betty Brant Leeds is in love with Peter. Kind of. She wants to get back with him because she's separated from Ned Leeds, but Betty's not really interesting. I mean, a lot of the supporting cast are very uninteresting, like Liz, Harry, Flash, Mary Jane. Like they've given up on them. It feels like Marv Wolfman, that hardly uses them. Now he has Felicia. Now he has Marcy. Now he has April. All these bitches. And and Dawn Star. This chick who Flash sets up on a blind date, and she's like, oh, by the way, I'm going to be your student next week. And Peter's like, what? No, I can't date you. And then he's like, okay, I'll date you. So there's like a whole slew of new characters, new faces popping up. The old ones are disappearing. We're not going to see Mary Jane until issue 240 something, like 1983. So like in 3 years, she disappears, and like there's no reason why. I guess she went on a modeling gig or something. I don't know. things are left up in the air. And now actually, Marv Wolfman is gone. He leaves with issue 204. 205 was written by, who was it? I know now Roger Stern is gonna move in, which is awesome because I love Roger Stern's. Oh yeah, Roger Stern. Roger Stern did. Oh right, so it was David Michelinie with 205. Michelinie will eventually come back, like around 87, to write it for like the next nearly 10 years, from like 87 to 95. So we had a one-off with Michelinie, and then Roger Stern did 206, and then I guess Roger Stern takes over later. I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, and Bill Mantlo wrote the Spectacular Spider-Man Annual. But it's all pretty much Marv Wolfman writing Spider-Man. That's like a joke. Wolfman wrote Batman. Wolfman wrote Spider-Man. You know, I think also Wolfman wrote Wolfman. I think he wrote Werewolf by Night. I could be wrong. I know he did Dracula. I know that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I've talked too much on that. It's a really good book. Came out, I think, 2 weeks ago. So definitely pick this up, guys, and read it and enjoy it. The next one is going to be, I already mentioned it when I showed off in the shorts, but it's going to be volume 11 of Fantastic Four. So we're going from, this came out last week, by the way. So we went from volume 11 of Spider-Man to volume 11 of Fantastic Four. Pretty much the same year. It's actually written the same too, guys. Volume 11 for both of these take place in 1978 to 1980, although this one has Annual 12, which came out in 1977. So technically it's 1977 to 1980, but whatever. And same guys too. Look, guys. Look. Marv Wolfman, Keith Pollard, John Byrne. Marv Wolfman, Keith Pollard, John Byrne. It's like the same guys. And it has Sal Buscema at the end, but Sal Buscema did a couple issues, 198 and 199 in this book too. So it was like, these were the guys at the time to do these books. It's like everybody worked on these books, except X-Men. I think X-Men was just all Claremont and John Byrne and Cockrum and all those guys. But what a time to be alive. What a time to be a comic book fan in the late 80s and late 70s, early 80s. Good times. So yeah, guys, Four No More is going to be the next one. Fantastic Four Volume 11. I hope that was good. I don't know, guys. Did I miss something? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure I missed something. Black Cat's first appearance. Aunt May died, but she really didn't. Mysterio, Kingpin, issue 200. The thug who killed Uncle Ben dies. Oh, yeah, of a heart attack. Teams up with Punisher. Teams up with Dazzler. J. Jonah Jameson and him almost die in a shackle bomb, which was like an awesome high-speed chase. Chameleon here. Electro there. John Jameson dies, but he really didn't. He just disappeared in a flash of light. He was Manwolf. John Byrne did some artwork, 189, 190, and 206. Everybody went stark raving mad with 206, right? That's pretty much it. And then, of course, Black Cat came back with 204, 205 to steal some jewels, and then Professor Love. Oh, yeah, that ending was so funny. He's like, at the end of 205, Pete is like, hey, Felicia, how about I help you? It's so sad. Hold on, I gotta show it off. What am I at? 18 minutes. Okay, let's not go over 20, guys, because I know it could be boring, but oh fuck. Okay, damn it. God fucking damn it. Okay, here it is. Yeah, the very last panel is so human. It's like right here. I'll read it. He's like, so he realizes that Felicia is insane, like she's crazy. So she's like in love with him. She thinks she's in love with him. So she stole all these artifacts for Peter, and he's like, Cat, Felicia, I want you to do something for me. And she's like, anything, love. What is it? That's my girl voice. That's my girl voice for all girls. It's terrible, I know. I know some people, some doctors. I'd like you to talk with them. And I promise, love, I'll see that you get all the help you need. And he's talking about psychiatric need. It reminded me when Daredevil fucked Typhoid Mary and then called the sanitarium to bring the straitjacket. Oh, God. But so, yeah, I think, and actually he does do that because I think the next time we see Black Cat, it's in the Rogers, it's like, and I had this issue, 226, 227, and she's in the insane asylum at Bellevue. Oh, yeah, Jameson went crazy and he ended up in Bellevue, but now he got his memory back. Jonas Harrow kidnapped him, all sorts of stuff. Read it, guys. Read the book. And I remember, too, I had some of these issues, too. Individual issues. I had like 195, 196. I had 203, 206. So I remembered. It's so good to go back and read these stories again. And, nostalgia. All right, I've talked too much. 20 minutes now, we're past. Guys, take care. Leave your comments, your likes, your dislikes. I don't care what you do. But please keep reading epics, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Fantastic Four Volume 11. That's the next one, guys. All right? Bye now.